Hey guys, it's Mia here, and welcome back to Pac-Man World 2. Now, I don't know if you guys saw it last time, but I did get to the third stage of Spooky, and then I had no idea what to do. So, we're gonna see if I click into the game, we're gonna see if I
Let's
can
go.
beat him again tonight or not. Honestly, I have been told that this is considered one of the hardest boss fights in this entire genre, so I'm not gonna
Pack
beat
boy,
myself up if it
Paxis,
takes me a
hold on,
while
I'm
to do.
coming. Dad, help us! Dang it, Spooky. Let them go.
I didn't know Pac-Man was a dad. Again, I don't know how he has those.
Honestly, I didn't think you'd make it this far. Well done. Who knew there were still dissidents to resist me? But alas, that ends here. Say your final farewells.
You
You
may
and your
beat me
precious
a
Pac-Land
few
shall
times,
perish!
but I'm gonna beat you eventually. Hold up, wait a minute. My chat set to the wrong thing. Here we go. Oh, I was gonna try to kick him again. Oh, you little bastard! Oh, give me that life back. He's very straightforward today. Very straightforward. Oh, don't poke me yet. I thought I could dodge it. I didn't land close enough to that. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Okay.
Yep.
I had to say something, didn't I? Not bad. Immediately gets my ass kicked. Is it me or does the game look better for some reason? I didn't do anything, like graphics-wise, to the game. Duh. Where do you go? You're the real one! Ha ha ha! No! Damn it. That was so smooth. Spooky. They were like, we need a bad guy name for a ghost. How about Spooky? That'll get everybody shaking in their boots. Because he's a spooky ghost, get it? Haha. I really didn't try with his name at all. It's like, what do we call a ghost who looks like a Hot Topic reject? How about Spooky? Like, you couldn't have made it a little better of a villain name. Oh, that was too close. Start myself off the edge of the platform. Oh, see, I was off the platform. That's why I fell. And it's still hit me. Oh, gotta go. You don't see it. mostly on the lightning right now, aren't you? Again with me bullying the poor ghost with the crossbow. I don't mean to be a bully, I need the life heal. Just here to steal your life essence. I thought he was going to put it on the same platform again. I'm like, you just did the platform I'm standing on. I didn't realize that was his last hit. I wasn't paying attention to the life heal. Shit. I mistimed that. I always mistime that. I'll get the timing of that eventually, and that'll probably save me damage in the long run. But right now, I don't have the damage down. Or the method down on that attack yet. Come on. Ah! Thought if I kicked him quick enough, I could do double damage.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Oh.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I should have kicked you while I had the chance. I should have done it, but I didn't. I could have, but I was merciful. On my nose. Come on, I know you want to. I don't get his hit range for that attack. One time you're right in the air and he doesn't touch you. The next time you're in the air and he still touches you. It's like it's almost random in its design. But it's fine. Woo. Again with the double platform lightning. Are you in a rush to barbecue me or what? Don't be in such a rush to barbecue me. I probably don't even taste that good. Honestly, with my shape, it might taste like roast corn. That's not the point. See, like right there, he didn't hit me, and I was in the same spot last time, and he hit me. I don't get that at all. There's probably a method I'm not getting. Like, whoo! Well, shit. Kind of flubbered that, didn't I? That sucked. I'm gonna die now. See, like, he didn't hit me that time either. What is the parameter for him hitting me or not hitting me then? Because I don't get it. Oh, he doesn't normally put that close to himself. I'm gonna wait for just a smidge. So I can get around the little lightning. Not what I meant to do, I meant to hit. you and me are tingling. Ooh, ah. Don't you even. Hello. I have 0 lives left with 2 stages. There's no way I'm gonna be able to do that.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Maybe I'm overcomplicating that part by butt bouncing. Maybe if I just jump and then hover, I'll be fine. Come out to me. See, he hit me there. I was up at his chest, just like the other time. I don't get the... I don't get it! Oh no!
Yep. 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 Yep.
Okay, that didn't work. Like at all. But bouncing does help. Hi, Furion. You're fine. Ah! Thought he was behind me. The way he like came over to the platform, it looked like he
Oh
went
no.
behind me. So I was gonna turn around and kick him, but he didn't go behind me. I don't know if you were here last week, but I got to his golden stage. Okay. Oh, fuck you, Spooky. God. Get a hobby. It isn't being a maniacal asshat. That bottom button. Spooky. I'm not over there. You just wasted your lightning and gave me a free pass. Unless you wanted to give me a free pass, which I appreciate, but you didn't ask for it. I genuinely wonder how many tries it took the people that beat this game to beat this game, because this boss fight's no joke. I mean, so far I don't think it's been as many tries as the whale was. But it's still kicking my butt. I don't know why I struggled so hard with the second whale, but I did. It was like, no mercy for you, I'm gonna kick your ass. I think once I finally beat Spooky, I'm gonna go back to Tomb Raider and try to finish that. I think my main problem with Tomb Raider was my impatience. I've been really impatient this last year for some reason. And I think that's been my problem with reading too. Like I sit down to read and my brain goes a million miles an hour. Like I could be doing anything else. Why am I reading right now? It feels like a waste of time. I interrupted your lightning, and I'm not sorry about it. I don't know if the developers meant to make those look like hearts, but they do. What are you doing? Why did you throw them all to the same platform? Not that I'm complaining. I mean, you do you on the bad aim. That's good for me. But what was that? See, like, I don't get the hitbox. excuse me, I don't get the hitbox on that attack. Because there are points when I'm that level to him and I don't get hit. And then there are other points where I'm that level and I do get hit. I think getting hit there is random. Unless there's a solid way to dodge it and I just don't know what that is. But to me it seems random if you get hit by the claw or not. Can I have a health, please? No! Die!
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Damn it! I knew I shouldn't have tried to kick him. I should have just... Ah! I figured that'd be the most chance I had to do the most damage. But it bit me in the butt and threw me into the crevasse. Then nothingness down there. What even is it? Tornado? It's just a nothing. That didn't work. At all.
Oh no.
Getting my ass kicked by a Hot Topic reject of a ghost. Could you imagine if your house was haunted and you're just like, you're just a Hot Topic reject of a ghost, leave me alone. The ghost would be like, listen here, bitch. What in the hell just happened? What was that? I went super bounce. What just happened? The game was like, yeah, to the moon with you. Y'all saw that, right? Thought it was gonna throw me off into the abyss. I think I'm gonna get this random whether I survive that or not. I'm not gonna be too miffed if I take damage there, because I don't know how to avoid it. There's probably a way, I'm just not privy to the secret. I would say this was a game I should have played closer to Halloween if this game didn't kill me like once. There was a life there! Again, the game gives me a life and kills me. It's like, oh, you thought you had a life? I take it away. I don't want to jump too soon when he's throwing them, because it always leaves me in the predicament of being smack dab in the middle of the two platforms. And he throws it at the one in front of me. So then going either direction to get away from it's a bitch. No lightning for you, get out of here. Thank you. That pie was delicious. It was just what I ordered. I thought he was going to throw the lightning on this platform. I'm like, Spooky, you just did that. No. I don't need you. I need you. Okay, that completely stopped my kick that time. Take that, since Spooky took my life. Well, a pie. He took my pie. The bastard stole my pie, so the ghosty gave it back. Eliminate one, so this bit's easier.
Yep.
Ooh! That button! I can't grip my controller without hitting the bottom button. And I don't like it. But it's fine. We adapt. Get you out of the way so you don't shoot me in the butt. Come on. Yeah, I'm privy to that trick already. Ow! Rude. Get back here, bitch.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I feel like doing that just gets me to the ground faster, so I don't have to risk being so close to the lightning. I forgot what the word was. It's lightning. I feel like doing the butt bounce gets me closer to the ground faster, so I can have more time between the lightning. I just realized I got here, and I don't know how to avoid this one. I don't know what the fuck to do. What the fuck? What was that? Oh, I was supposed to be up there, weren't I? I'm supposed to be up there, aren't I? I've never... Yep. Well, next round, if I survive. I didn't know that. How am I... Okay, next quake, I'll make sure to be up there. Hi, don't look at me. You're scared the shit out of me. You're huge. You are scarifying. Oh. You, yeah, hi. Don't ever look at me like that. Again. Oh, how do I get up there? How do I can't see. I can't fucking see. I couldn't tell where the secondary platform was. Tell me. Oh, shit. I'm gonna die because I can't figure out how to hit him. I can't even see him, he's so damn big. Don't stop moving, I'm gonna die if I stop moving. That's a lightning eyes coming out my head. Those goddamn motherfucking skeletons! Fuck you! Why in a boss fight this hard do we need the stupid ass skeletons? Like, the ones with the crossbows can stay. The ones with the hats, fuck you. You just did this platform. Okay, the golden boss fight isn't hard. Just keep moving. It's trying to get up on the platforms that's difficult. Because the depth perception in that level is strange. I don't know if it's just me or if it's genuinely hard for anybody else to tell where the other platforms are coming from. But the third fight is probably the easiest bit of this whole thing. I thought it would be harder. I think it just seemed harder at first because I didn't know what attacks to expect, so it threw me off. Like, I didn't know what to expect, so I didn't know, oh, I better move right now or I'm gonna get crushed. But once you realize his attack pattern, it seems pretty easy compared to these first two. And again, like I said last time when I was playing, even if you lose lives in these first two stages, it doesn't matter because it's still 4 hits and you have to start over. It's still 4 hits and you have... I beat the first stage already? Hey yo. But that is not as hard. I didn't mean to do that. I was holding the wrong button. I was holding the X button, which makes me bounce. 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 Boink. Aw, I was hoping there'd be a life there. I really don't know how to avoid that. I was too close to the edge. I may beat him either tonight or next week. Because I'm getting better at it. Not perfect, mind you, but better. This is definitely a game where you kind of gotta remember the patterns. He's not switching them up like he did before. Because the last time when I got close to beating him, it seemed like he switched his attack pattern up a little bit. You're a bastard, Spooky. At least your skeletons are nice. They gives me pie. You take my pie away, and then think you're cool for it. Stop. He looks terrifying though. In his golden form, he looks terrifying. Like, he's huge. He's so big and imposing in the golden form that you can't even see him on the entire screen. The difficult part is just going to be how to get up there multiple times without getting conked in the head. Or too conked in the head, I should say. We need to conk him in the head. Give him a bit of a concussion so he leaves us alone.
Yep. Yep.
Woohoo! Narrowly avoided that. But it's fine. Hello. Aw, I thought you were going to give me a pie. No complimentary pie. Rude. Rude. I ask for pie, I shall have the pie.
Yep. Yep.
Ah! Whoa! Whoa! Ah! Nothing happened. Nobody saw that. I didn't do nothing. What do you mean? Why are we doing this again?
Yep. Yep.
Why would it do what? What happened there? You confused, Spookies? No pie in you either? Okay, neither one of us landed a hit that time. That's fine. Oh,
Yep.
what is happening?
Yep.
I think I kicked him one too many times.
Yep.
Where did he go? Oh. Stop! There's no way in hell I'm gonna beat the next stage with one life. And I mean like one little dollop of a life, not a head up. Head up. Head up. He didn't even, his claw went around me and hit the skeleton. How did I die there?
Oh no.
Climbing on the original spooky level, climbing up to hit him in the head was probably the most difficult part of that level too. And you have to climb even more in this one. So, why did you only throw one meteor that time? Spooky, are you sick today? What's going on with you? You know, if you're sick, you could have just stayed home. I certainly wouldn't have faulted you for doing so. I mean, I don't want to add insult to injury or anything, but... I don't know what I just did, but that was really cool. Fuck you. You see, I usually have compliments for you, but you went and did that. At least your friend's nice. You know, Pac-Man, I don't know if many people know this, because it's, Pac-Man got its own show. I think it's had a couple, but it had a, like, revamped version in one of them. Ah, whoa. I was fine, I overreacted, and then I died. And then I was indeed not fine anymore. Whoops. Oh, I tried to do that again. Whatever I did last time, I tried to do it again and it did me in the butt. What damage? I didn't take any damage. You didn't see nothing. I lost 2 lives already because I fell off the cliff. Y'all run with wolves, I dance with lightning. And fight ghosts. I really don't know how to dodge that. Anytime I avoid getting hit by that, just assume it was an accident. Or just dumb luck. Because I certainly didn't dodge it on purpose. There was a stick coming for my butt, so I tried to jump, and it bit me in the butt. Not the stick, but the jump. I was stuck in between a rock and a spear point. And I should have chose the rock. But the catch was, the rock had fire on it. So either way, it was a lose-lose situation. No! You bitch! Going backwards. It's fine. Hello. Goodbye. That one didn't even know I was there. This is awkward going this direction, but it's fine. Come on, Spooky, throw me a bone here. Can't we just be friends? Why y'all hate me anyway? Why'd you take my arcades? And I didn't even know Pac-Man was a dad. I had no idea Pac-Man was a dad. Until this one. In the show I watched, he wasn't a dad. I think he was like in high school in the show I watched. which is weird thinking about Pac-Man in any kind of school. Well,
Oh
Pac-Man's like, it's too
no.
hot. How y'all doing? Having a good day? I got back into reading, I can't even remember what it's called. A House of Sky and Breath, the second to Crescent City trilogy. And I was already like 240 some pages into the book when I stopped. And I didn't stop because I wasn't enjoying the book. I just stopped because I've been in a place where for some reason reading just has felt like a waste of time. But I was reading it today, and they were the whole plot of the second one is they're looking for these two kids. I don't know if they're actually kids, but they call them kids. But supposedly they have the ability somehow or another to kill supernaturals. So they're a big threat. And the whole group was out looking for him, and then we just hard cut to the main character and her love interest being in the gym, and then he proceeds to like have sex with her in the gym, and I'm like, y'all are, what the hell is happening? Like, you're in a public place, one, and two, this was very jarring because you went from looking for these really important people to just that. I don't know if that was an editing mistake or a pacing mistake or what, but that I was not ready. And I do not, okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. I do not understand the appeal of doing the do in public. One, it's illegal, public indecency, and you could get harassment charges for that. Two, it's supposed to be an intimate thing between you and your partner, not broadcasted to every Joe Schmo on the street. Wouldn't that be embarrassing? And it wasn't like a home gym either. They were literally in a public gym. And I'm like, wait. I literally had to pause because I'm like, did I miss something? How did we get here? Because just, like, not even a full page ago, we were looking for these really important characters because they could have the ability to kill immortals. And now we're doing the do in a public gym. How did we get here in like half a page? Because I want to go back to looking for these super important kids. Or, they're probably not kids, but it's in, they say kids in like the way of older adults calling a younger adult a kid still, even though they're not a kid. I think it's in that vein of thinking about it. Well, I should have just stayed where I was. But I didn't, did I? Oh, come here, you coward. But like, it was just... Granted, it was not anywhere near as bad as the steamy scene in Fourth Wing where the dragons were getting steamy, so the two main characters could feel that, and then they were like, I'm getting a little steamy. And it was like, that was probably the weirdest thing I ever read, and that one came out of nowhere too, and I'm just like, what the fuck are we doing? I don't know, I don't get the appeal of public doing the do, and that was very jarring, because not even half a page before that, we were looking for these important characters. And I'm like, can we go back to that? I'm like, I feel like a few pages were left out of the scenario here. And we've been talking about these two characters since the beginning of the book, we watched Sophie escape in the beginning of the book, and like it just feels like they're an afterthought that comes up, and they're like, oh, actually, we need to be finding these two. It's Sophia and her brother Emil, I think is how you pronounce his name. Because they need to find them before others can find them and kill them because they are. Oh, fuck off. And it just, they're mentioned so infrequently that I forget that that's what we're doing. Like, it goes from, oh, there's this important plot we need to do, to slice of life, what is Bryce doing today? And I'm like, pick a lane, please. Pick a lane. The first one was solid. Because the first one was a murder mystery type deal where the main character Bryce goes out to a party, does some drugs and drinks, and then comes home to her apartment covered in blood and her entire like friend group dead, like horribly eviscerated and torn to shreds dead. And she was getting questioned for being the murderer, and they were citing that she was high on drugs and probably did it and didn't remember doing it, because conveniently enough for the killer, your apartment building was too old to be able to have updated security cameras. So we didn't actually catch what happened on camera because of that. So you were the only one there in the vicinity to see that happen. So you must be the bad guy. But it comes out that it was a demon or something somebody summoned. And then they have to go and work it out together. And she's assigned the shadow in the form of an angel who's a fallen angel. And supposedly this really badass, very ruthless bounty hunter for the gods. And this is set in a time where supernaturals are just normal. Supernaturals are just chilling in the world. Like, it's just an everyday fact of life. You're considered kind of ill-normal if you don't have abilities. Now. But the first book, solid. Loved it. Loved the murder mystery, the detective aspect, the her needing to be shadowed because of this. Her connections to her stepbrother, who ends up being her dad, is a creep who is a higher-ranking fae who kind of tricked her mom and then cheated on her, and it's just, the first book was solid, but this book is like, the tone shifts so often. I'm like, what are we doing? Sarah J. Maas, what are you doing? Because I get whiplash over here.
Yep. Yep.
Like literally whiplash. We go from looking for these really important, need to find them characters because book sounds familiar. What's it called? I just said. It's called A House of Sky and Bread by Sarah J. Maas. Although I recommend the first one because it's better so far. Maybe it'll all come together in a head, and I already have the third one. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying it, but it's just like tonal whiplash. Tonal whiplash. Like I said, we went from not even half a page ago searching for these really important characters to doing the do publicly in a gym. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm not going to survive the other years anyway, so I'm just going to take a dive. I'll let you have this win. Not that you haven't had a million others. But so far, what I have to say about the second book is very tonally whiplashy. I hope the third one's better. And then what's funny is they called it a trilogy, but then turned around and said, actually, there's going to be a couple more books. And I'm like, nope, you said it's a trilogy. I'm going to read it as a trilogy.
Pack boy! Paxis! Hold on, I'm coming!
Dad, help us!
I can't stand when they do that. Don't call something a trilogy if you know there are going to be like 4 or 5 more books coming. Otherwise, I'm going to read it like a trilogy, and it better end like a trilogy and have a solid conclusion. Because I ain't reading the other 2. Or, why do that? That drives me nuts. Like, if you want to do what, Suzanne Collins did with the Hunger Games, where like she only came back to write A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and I have the other one, hold on. A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which was, I believe, Hamich's Hunger Games. No, that's Snow's. I haven't read that one yet. I saw the movie and then I was like, that kind of sucked. So I'm not too jazzed to read the book. What was Hamich's Hunger Games? Hold on. I'm gonna look it up because I forget. New. Well, I type in New Hunger. Sunrise on the Reaping, that's why. Sunrise on the Reaping. She only wrote Sunrise on the Reaping because people wanted so badly to see Hamich's Hunger Games, because as much of a drunkard as Hamish is, he was like, you know, as much of a as much of a drunkard as Hamish was, he was a beloved character because he was just smart ass, didn't give a fuck until he did. Kind of blunt character that everybody's like, you know what? He makes sense in this world. And I know personally when I watched the Hunger Games, I wanted to know how Hamish's Hunger Games came out. So when I heard that Sunrise on the Reaping was going to be Hamish's Hunger Games, I'm like, I gotta make sure this is true, because if this is true, I'm getting the book when it comes out. Like, a heartbeat when it comes out. And it was, and I'm like, yes! And then, because The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes came out first, the movie got released, and my brother was like, hey, the movie's up, wanna watch it? And I was like, sure, why not? And I had already gotten the book by this point. I'm like, sure, why not? And I watched the movie, and it just was missing something. It wasn't bad, it was just didn't feel like the Hunger Games in a way. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to read the book now, but being a reader, I know that oftentimes, except for the Harry Potter books, I thought the movies for Harry Potter were way better than the books. I don't know what it was about the Harry Potter books, but I just didn't like reading J.K. Rowling's prose. I couldn't vibe with her writing for some reason. But listening to them on audio was fine, but sitting down to physically read the books just was not enjoyable for me. Well, excuse me. If you don't like my opinion on Harry Potter, you didn't have to throw me off the ledge for it. But I don't know, I didn't like the books. Listening to them was fine. Trying to sit down and read it felt like a chore. And this was before I was in my big reading slump or whatever the hell is going on. The reading feels like a waste of time lately. But That was before that, so it wasn't that causing it. But, where was I going with that? I got on a tangent. Oh, the Hunger Games. So I'm hoping that it's gonna be the opposite for A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, because the movie was, while not a bad movie, it was just kind of there. Honestly, if it's on, I wouldn't mind watching it again, but I wouldn't actively seek it out. Or maybe, who knows, I might give it one more shot, because I did only watch it the once. But it just seemed like a movie that was just there. And I was really excited to read the book, and then we watched the movie, and then I was like, don't really care to read the book now, because the movie was kind of bad. But yeah, if you're gonna read a book,
Oh no.
don't watch the movie first. That's the first time I've done that, really, and it killed my enjoyment to read the book, because the movie was just not there. Like, he was an asshole villain, right? Snow's an asshole villain. We all know this. We all know it, right? We all know. Actually, come closer. Come closer. We all know Snow is an asshole of a villain, right? But for some reason, through most of the movie of A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, he comes off like he's afraid to be the bad guy. I don't know if it was the actor playing him or if it was the way he was directed, but he comes off like you could tell the actor playing him is a good person, and he doesn't feel like he wants to be a villain. So that kind of like awkward disconnect is there the whole time in the movie, which when he finally does switch flip and goes all crazy on the main female character, it just rings hollow to me. It just, like, he was an asshole, sure, but the whole time you felt like he was a reluctant asshole, not like the asshole he was in the Hunger Games, who didn't give two shits, would kill whoever, threaten whoever he wanted to get what he wanted. It just felt hollow in Songbirds and Snakes. And I really hope it's not like that in the book. But the movie 100% killed my want to read the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Back to the game. You didn't care about that. You came for Pac-Man. Why did I go on a book tangent? This is my channel. I like books. And if you're new here, hi. That happens a lot. I was reading Excellent Women, and I got halfway through, and I'm like, what is this book for? Why am I reading it? Honestly, that entire book comes across as like a 30-year-old woman who is just jaded in life, and then she gets new neighbors, and all she does for most of the book that I read is criticize everyone else around her like she is so perfect. And it's funny because the book is posed as a comedy, but all she does is bitch about her neighbors and not wanting them to be around. And I'm like, what's funny about that? Am I missing something? I don't think talking shit about people all the time is funny. And then characters will call her funny, and I'm like, I'm not hearing what you're hearing. So finally, I got the book for free from the little library. But, and if you don't know what a little library is, it's the library boxes that you can leave books or take books from. I don't know why it's called a library. It should be called like a free bookstore. Because it's not a library, you don't check books out, and you can keep them as long as you want, because you take them out and you leave one. For me, I left like 300 and took like maybe 10 at this point. But I think that on the next day it's nice. I'm gonna take Excellent Women back to the little library because I just didn't get the appeal of it like whatsoever. She just seems like a disgruntled woman that wants nothing to do with anyone. And I don't see what about that is supposed to be funny. And there are times when she would say things in the book and the characters would be like, "Ha ha ha, you're so funny," and I'm like, "Say what? What are you hearing that I didn't?" Because that was not funny at all. She's just bitching about this character or that character. And she complains about the tea she's given. She complains about having to go to dinner with her neighbor when she could have just said no because she was busy or didn't want to go. Like, just so many things. I'm like, this book is not fun. It's not fun. So I switched back to reading House of Sky and Black. I went from a book that was kind of boring and left me wondering why I was reading it to a book that is tonally jarring, but I'm having fun with. And y'all, keep it intimate with people. Don't be doing it in public, please. Nobody wants to see that. And y'all don't know what goes on in those public places or how dirty they are, especially a gym. Why would you want to do it in a gym where everything's covered in sweat? Like, no thanks. Like, keep it in your homes. Or behind closed doors. Keep it out of public, please. It's illegal for one, and for two, it's just not good for any around. Y'all are not the only people in the universe. As much as you may want to be. Ooh, I don't know if I've said this on stream, but our town got like an authentic Japanese restaurant. It took over the old Subway, which I am so glad for. Like, you can keep Subway, I'll have the Japanese restaurant. Thank you very much. Well, it was nice the other day, so I was gonna write up to the library and do some reading up there, but I got all the way to the library and was like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I'm hungry. I'm gonna get lunch. And so I went to the restaurant, and it was so nice. Although I don't know what it is with waiters and asking you how the food is as soon as you put a bite in your mouth. Every single time, without fail, the second you put the first bite in your mouth, they're like, "How's the food?" And you're like, "It's great, thanks. Okay, good."
Oh
like,
no.
why? As soon as you put the food in your mouth, do they ask you how the food is? Because then you're like, every time. Every time. Or you're like, "It's good." That was just not a good jump. But it was so good. I tried their chicken ramen. And I don't kid you, they had the best chicken I think I've ever eaten. I'm not a big chicken fan, but this chicken was juicy, it was tender, and somehow the bread crust outside was still crispy and nice. It was just so good. I was gonna get their rice balls or their onigiri, but I asked if the tuna was gonna be cooked, and he said no. So I was like, I don't know how comfortable I feel eating raw fish. Like, I know it's common in Japan to do that, but my stomach is not equipped for raw fish. So I opted out of that, but I think that they're okay with cooking it for you if you prefer it cooked. I just don't like being a bother to the restaurant staff. Like, if it's something I'm allergic to, well, obviously I'll be like, can you omit that because I'm allergic? Tried Japanese place near me, and they somehow made the pork taste like fish. They probably hot potted it with the fish. And all the staff was super nice. The waiter asked me if I wanted to try chopsticks, and I'm like, no thanks, not today. But I'm not very coordinated, and I barely ever I've used a chopstick like twice in my life. So it's like, if I use chopsticks, you were gonna have to help me learn how to use them. But it was nice. I think next time though, I am gonna be like, is it too much of a bother to ask you to cook the tuna? Because I don't know how well my stomach can handle raw fish, and the idea of any raw meat, just, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how Japanese people do it. No thanks. I prefer mine cooked. Not hating on your guys' tradition or anything, but I don't know how you stomach that. Literally and mentally. Like, I went to McDonald's one other day. It was nice. I sound like I eat out a lot, but we really don't. Our main way of eating out is pizza every once in a while. But when I'm out and about uptown and I get hungry, I get hungry. So, I go eat. No, no, not really. The last Japanese restaurant I went to was, my aunt was having her engagement party. And she invited us all to this restaurant a couple of towns over. And that was cool. It was one of those places where they cook the food right in front of you and they do the whole song and dance show with the food. I felt like an idiot after the guy was telling me to catch the food in my mouth and I didn't know what he was saying, so everybody was like, open your mouth, let him catch the food. I was like, oh. Even that wasn't as good, and that's a bigger, busier town with better restaurants. And our little tiny town's Japanese restaurant was better. So, I don't miss the subway at all. I thought the staff was incredibly nice. The restaurant looked nice. They had all sorts of cool Japanese art and stuff around. Obviously, it's a Japanese restaurant. But, I don't know. If I was a restaurant reviewer, I'd give that a 5 out of 5. The restaurant was clean, the staff was nice, the food was cozy and delicious. And they were really quick to get me my drink and give me my food. Like, I didn't even have time to read half a page of my book before they brought my food out. I was like, holy crap, you're fast! Didn't even get a paragraph out of my book read, and you're bringing me my huge bowl of ramen. And that ramen could have fed 3 of me. Really good portions for the amount of money it was. And no, I'm not going to tell you what it's called, because it's a local restaurant. I don't want to expose my town. But I cannot wait to go again. Next time, I'm gonna bite the bullet and be a little bit of a bother and ask if they'll cook the tuna so I can try onigiri, because since I started watching Pokemon when I was itty bitty bitty little me, for some reason, onigiri has been the Japanese dish that I want to try the most. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I've seen plenty of anime with delicious ass looking food. Sometimes watching anime makes me supremely hungry because their food always looks good. But onigiri, I want to try it so bad. And they had a spicy tuna. The only thing that stopped me was he said it wasn't going to be cooked. But next time I'll be like, would it be too much to ask for it to be cooked? Would it be a little bit of a bother if I did? And I told that to my brother, and he goes, they cooked my salmon. I was like, oh, they did? He goes, they'll probably just throw it on the hot thing for you. I was like, he goes, do you feel like a bother when you have them take something out of your food that you're allergic to? It's like, well, yeah, but I have to do that. They're like, just ask them next time. I'm like, okay. So, I don't like being a bother. I don't like conflict. I'm not a pacifist. I will defend myself if you start my way, but I'm not gonna be a start of a conflict. Like, I'm not a pacifist. I do believe that if you hit me, you deserve to get hit back. But like, I don't like conflict. Although I did have this one time. Before the subway moved out, I was up there having lunch. And one of my friends had worked there. And at this point, we had been friends for years. We met in 8th grade and we were friends. And he worked there, and I just happened to want to go up there to town. I don't know if it was when a whole big sales were going on at the farmer's market, or if I just wanted to get out of the house on a nice day and decided that's what I was going to do. But I went to Subway, and I'm sitting in the booth, right? Restaurant's completely empty, as it normally was, because most people get takeout when they go to Subway. Restaurant's completely empty. These two girls come and slide in my booth directly across from me. So I'm already on like, okay, red alert, what's going on? Why, when the entire restaurant is empty, are they coming to sit in my seat? I didn't know the girls at all. And one of them goes, you're gonna stay away from my friend. You're gonna stay away from, let's call him Bob. You're gonna stay away from Bob. And I was sitting there, mid-sandwich to my mouth, like, on alert because these two girls just sat in my booth, so I'm on, like, paying attention mode. And they go, you're gonna stay away from Bob. And I was like, excuse me? They were like, we know you're friends with Bob, and you're gonna stay away from him because this is his girlfriend. I said, A, we've known each other since 8th grade. If we wanted to fuck, we'd have fucked. And B, who do you think you are coming in here to tell me who I can and can't be friends with? We were friends long before you came into the picture. If we wanted a relationship, we'd have had one. And she just looked at me. He said, you'll stay away from him. I said, we could take this in the parking lot if you really want to. And they both looked at me. I glared right back at them. And then they got up and left. Like, who the fuck did they? I don't know who they thought they were. But I told him straight up, I said, I've known him since the 8th grade. If we wanted to fuck, we'd have fucked by now. And I don't know who you think you are telling him or me who we can be friends with. But it was just a weird day. They never talked to me after that. I know I'm a small person. I know I could probably lose a fight, but I'm also not going to sit there and be a doormat. Especially not to people like that. And if they want to hurt me, I might lose, but I'm gonna make you leave with a few scars too. At the very least. That was just a bizarre day. Like, who do you think you are coming in there and threatening me and telling me who the hell I can and can't talk to? I don't know you. But, yeah.
Oh no.
But yeah, down the line, for unrelated reasons, I stopped talking to him. He ended up going to jail. We don't know if it was true or not what he went to jail for, or if it was just his girlfriend being psychotic, making up a lie. Because she was willing to threaten any girl she was friends with and have her guy friends, which, hypocritical, by the way. She had guy friends, but he wasn't allowed to have friends that were girls. Because she would literally have her goon squad of guys babysit him and report back to her. And I think that's why she showed up at the subway. It was just so weird. They never threatened me again after that, so I must have gotten my point across. Because I told them, and if you had a problem with it, we could take it in the parking lot. And they looked at me and I glared right back at both of them, and then they got up and left. Never heard from him again. And then he went to jail not too long after that. For stories related to her. Crazy is as crazy does, I guess. But he tried to reconnect with me not too long ago, and I just kind of was like, yeah. Because he's one of those guys that's like, he wants every girl as a notch under his belt, you know? And I didn't want to be just another notch in his belt. What happened there? Not that you guys cared about that story. I don't know why I told that story. It's just so wild to me. I just randomly had two strangers come in and threaten me to stay away from a friend that I've been friends with for years. Like, hello, ding dong. Who are you? Who called the crazy train? It wasn't me. Can we get off the station now? I have not been paying a single attention to this. I'm just on autopilot playing the game. I have a very bad habit of when I'm listening to people talk, or when I'm telling a story, I'm paying attention, but I look like I'm zoning out because I'm actively picturing the story you're telling me as you're telling me it. So people are like, are you even paying attention? I'm like, you did this and this and this and this and this, and they're like, okay, you are paying attention. You look like you're zoned out. I'm like, which again goes back to, like, there's a friend of mine in my D&D campaign, and he always makes everything sexual. Like, he's always horny, and I'm just like, what are we doing? Why do we? And he tells like the weirdest stories about his sexual escapades. And then I'm sat there picturing it, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to picture my friends doing the do.
Yep.
Like, but that's how my brain processes things. It processes things easier if I make things into a picture in my head. And it's, at this point, it's become a thing that I can't switch off. I can't just listen to stories. So I'm like, dude. So the second he got weird in this previous D&D campaign, I was like, that's my cue to go to bed. Night, guys. Our first campaign back was kind of a bust. because we're in season 2 of our campaign,
Yep.
but my power went out as soon as we got rolling, so I ended up joining the call on my phone, only for my nephew to be freaking out in the background like he's never seen a power outage before.
Yep.
If we were in a dangerous situation where we needed him to be quiet, we would all be dead. Because that boy did not stop screaming the entire time. And not like screaming upset, but just excited. And we were trying to tell him, you know, this isn't time to play. We have to get things in order and get some lanterns and some lights and some emergency stuff just in case the power's out for a while. But it was just non-stop screaming. And it was like, we came to the realization that if we were in a situation where we needed to hide for our lives, we'd have been dead. But, so he was screaming in the background while we're trying to get stuff ready. I could have hit you, Remedy. And then, as soon as we were like, I gotta get off here because I don't know how long my power is gonna be out, the power came back on. Literally, we were deciding when the next time we would play D&D was, and the power was like, let there be light! I'm like, and they were like, okay, that was too real of a reaction to be fake. Because we were literally, I was mid-sentence saying, I'm alright with playing this day, and I was like, no way, the power just kicked back on. And they were all like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. So as soon as the power came back on, and I got back on my computer and set everything back up, we were playing, and we had just started getting rolling again, and then one of our players just disappeared. Absolutely went dark. And it turns out he fell asleep on us. And no matter how many times we called him, one of the players even got a hold of his mom to get her to call his mom to wake him up. And she must not have. So we were like, okay, now we have to quit because there's some big important story beats that are happening and he can't miss them. So our first D&D season 2 was off to a rocky ass start. And it wasn't just our power that went out, our whole neighborhood went dark. Our whole neighborhood went dark, so we were like, oh, it's gonna be another 3 days without power. But it wasn't. But then we spent most of the time trying to get the other player to wake back up. And the story was a bit chaotic to start too. But judging on how season 1 went, the chaotic story doesn't really bother me. It was just a little jarring to start with.
Yep.
I mean, was it jarring to you, Fury Hound? You were there. I was gonna say, what are y'all waiting on? Shit, I do that every time. I don't know what, I'm just like, there's a ledge.
Oh no.
Phew. I've already been playing for an hour and 20 minutes, what? It doesn't feel like it. Feels like I've only been playing for like 15 minutes. Oh, I literally just caught the time of the stream out the corner of my eye. What? Why didn't they jump? I should call these gaming / storytelling streams, because I just talk about the most random shit going on while I'm playing. It was jarring for session 1 of season 2 to start with a botched, rigged hostage negotiation and then an apocalypse. Yeah. Yeah, that hostage situation really wasn't fair. And for those of you watching, since you weren't there, you're not going to know what she's referring to. Our DM set it up to where in the previous campaign, our characters were like pitted against the gods of this world, like in the Greek style kind of way. We were like pitted against them, right? We're gonna take a tangent, take a bit of a break here. Come closer again. Hi, we're taking a tangent. Um, I will get back to the game. Promise. I know that's what you're here for. You're here for the game. But um, so what happened in the previous campaign was our characters were attending this like college, right? And my character was the daughter of two teachers at the academy. And it turns out her dad was kind of like the the creature and mythology kind of teacher. And he ends up finding Lucifer's sword. And Lucifer, understandably pissed about this, is like, give me that back. I'm gonna invade the college, take a bunch of people. It's unclear if he killed them or just turned them into zombified minions. But he took a bunch of people. My character's dad was killed in the process, giving her Lucifer's weapon, which becomes her main weapon there for a while. And it becomes this whole battle of gods against adventurers, with some gods siding with our characters for unknown reasons, as well as this other side group called the Black Rose, who doesn't like the gods either. And so they kind of help us and guide us through it. And that happened. We ended up killing Lucifer after my character tried to kill him once, but Cassius, one of the main characters and one of our main helpers, got in the way and she thought she had killed him. Flash forward to the end of the campaign. Surprise, surprise! Cassius used my character to fake his death. And then, while Lucifer is distracted attacking one of our other party members, my character just runs up and stabbed him, which prompts everyone else to run up and stab him with these sacred daggers we got. So we killed Lucifer. Well, now, who takes the power other than his son Cassius, who faked his death in front of his father to hide in the shadows? So now, flash forward, like a year later into the new campaign, our characters have been under Cassius with an army that includes dragons, because my character's a vampire dragon druid now. Don't ask, long story. but but with the aid of the dragons and with some warriors, we've been hunting down and killing the gods one by one. I think it's because Cassius is using our characters to become the only god and get him. I'm just saying how he deals with backstories is kind of lazy outside of the one guy. You mean Cassius? Well, I think he skims on some of the backstories because they don't matter in the long run to the story. But it's a whole thing. And now we start out session 2, and this is all in one session, by the way. We start session 2, or season 2, session 1, and we're in the hills with an army ready to go. And this group of people comes towards the camp with a masked person. And they're like, any move we made, they could somehow see and would stab the character with the mask over their head if we even it, they would stab him because we were taking too long to talk. And I'm like, what? And it turns out it was Cassius's sister, who we kind of needed. And we're like, okay, they want this god back that we're torturing for information. The god's not giving us anything. We need this teammate back on our side. So, me being the general, I'm like, it, he's not giving us anything. He hasn't given us anything. Clearly, he doesn't care if he dies. Let's just give up the stupid god and get our team member back. So we call up Cassius and be like, yo, we need the god back. Give him to these idiots so we can have our friend back. Well, Cassius is like, actually, how about no? And then lets his own sister die, only so then he could turn around and kill the god we were torturing anyway. And I'm just like, the fuck? You're not helping. And that's when it clicked for me that I think that Cassius is using our characters to track down and do his dirty work, essentially, to find, kill these gods so he can then siphon their power and take them for himself. And that was the excuse he needed to kill his sister. Like, just let her die. And I'm gonna kill him. And then, and now it's One Piece. I don't know, maybe. But now, after all of that, after that botched ass hostage situation that was not botched by any fault of our own, mind you, we were all hanging back trying to decide what to do to not get her killed. The DM said, this is a lose-lose situation for y'all, and just killed her anyway. So, he then, after killing his own sister and the god we had hostage, destroys the whole world and restarts it. And now we're on a boat. I'm like, what in the hell just happened? Because I'm lost. Like, if you had the power to destroy the whole ass world, what do you need us for? Why are we here? Because clearly you want us alive, or we would have been sucked into your little world ending scheme. So I'm like, I have no idea where this story is going to go now. But season 2 is off to a bit of a rocky start, both story-wise and situation-wise, with one of our players falling asleep, my power going out, and then it was a mess. It was a mess all around. But hopefully it gets better. Because season 1 was a lot of fun. Dude literally called us solar burst. Oh, he absolutely lived. And that just makes me wonder, how the heck, if he is the main bad guy of the final series, because, you know, our characters are out to rid the world of these gods, because they're power tripping, and they're kind of evil. And, if Cassius doesn't end up being the final boss, I would be surprised. Because it's heavily leaning towards that. I don't know, season 2 did not start out very well. Not that I can make a better campaign. I'm not a DM. I can't say anything. I'm better at writing stories than I am coming up with scenarios for people to play. And even then, my writing skills are debatable.
Oh no.
But that's how that went. as a dungeon master for one often described as sinister. I could see that. Playing in one of your campaigns seems scary. Playing in one of your campaigns seems scary. And I'm just gonna leave that there. Just gonna put a pin in that one. And I missed. Spooky jerk. What are you doing? Are you blind? Is that helmet covering your vision? Because I'm not that on that platform. Not that I'm complaining, that's less work for me, but you hit that platform 3 times in a row. What's the difference? I don't know what that means. Like they will eat you kind of evil sort of thing. Compared to like always sexy for some reason. I'm not over there, Spooky. Are you okay? You struck the same platform 3 different times. Twice in a row. What is happening right now? Oh. There's just no time for me to pause and itch my back. No! You're gonna throw it on the same platform again. Because that would be counterintuitive to what you're trying to do. You're trying to kill me. For reasons I don't know. Because I don't know if you know this, but I'm not the one that sealed you away in this tree. I'm just the one trying to stop you from hurting anybody else. Including Pac-Man's kids, which I didn't know existed. I don't know why I'm so stuck on the fact that he had kids. It's not that big a deal. I just didn't realize he ever did. Or if that's a new thing they added in this. I know he had a wife, that's who Mrs. Pac-Man is, but I didn't know he had kids.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I don't know why he laughs. I know that that's him. That damn bottom button. Whoa, that frame rate on that was weird. When he was moving at the same time I was. Oh, Oh, you're coming first. It's usually your clone that comes first. Oh, he hangs too far out there in the void for you to kick him away. Ah! No! I thought it was fine. It was not fine. Bro didn't see me come. I bully that poor skeleton. Can't really bully the ones with the hats though, unless you hit them in the back. You some bastard. Well, thank you. At least you gave the light back you stole. Now see, how did that hit me? I don't get the hit range on that one. I lost a life just to get a life, just to lose it again. Huh? I thought it was going to the other crap. I thought it was going to the one I was on. You know, see, I wish there was
Oh no.
checkpoints between each phases of this. Because the lives you have really don't matter. You can have 4 lives, and if you're hit, like, the 4 slices of each life, it still counts as 1 because you have to restart every single time. So you could start out with 20 and have 19 by the time you die, but you're still going to start right back here. And that's what's frustrating about this in particular, is how hard the stages are with no checkpoints in between. I'm not playing Dark Souls, I'm playing Pac-Man. I did not sign up to play Dark Souls, and I never will. I don't get the formatting of not having. Because each of these stages is plenty long enough on its own to be its own checkpoint. So I don't get the thought process behind not making them checkpoints. It just makes the game infuriating to play. Because you struggle and struggle and struggle through part 1 of the stage and then part 2, only to finally make it through and then get hit just 4 measly times and then have to start all over again. That's a little disheartening compared to... It makes your game a little bit disheartening to play. Why did my camera just jerk into oblivion right there? Ooh, I tried to do it again. Thought he was gonna put it on this platform again and be like, spooky. I'm not standing there. Ah. Yeah. Not you. But you. No. Come on. Out here. And out here. Oh, fuck you. You missed. No.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
How are you doing that again? I feel like I've hit him way more than twice, but okay. Thank you, I need that. Come on. Whoa, you jump scared me right there. God damn it, I hate this part.
Yep.
I shouldn't have. Fuck. That kick stopped me dead in the air. It was like, straight drop for you. Is it me, or does it feel like his skeletons stop giving you life at the second stage? They're like, yeah, you're on your own. We'll give you pellets, but not a life. Oh, fuck you, Spooky. I was fucking off the platform. Fuck goddamn time! Yeah, fuck you too.
Oh no.
I'm so sick of doing these first two stages. I'm so sick of it. If there were you could fix that with fucking checkpoints. It's not even that it's frustrated at this point. I'm just tired of fucking doing it. Simple checkpoint between each stage could solve that. It just starts to make the game feel tedious and boring. Having to repeat the same thing over and fucking over again. That's the definition of insanity. I don't know why game makers think that it's fun to do that. Not saying it should be easy, but fuck. These stages would be just as hard if they had checkpoints between each one. Because there's not many ways you could play this differently. Because it's a patterned thing. So you have to do the same thing.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Ha. Ja. Ha. Ho. Ha. Ow. Ho. Yeah. Ho. Yeah.
I think I'll give it this last. I think I'll give it this last life and then get off. Because I'm so tired of fighting these two first stages. Why does my camera jerk? Okay, I might give it one more life because there were a couple of deaths that were stupid. I'm not even, like, my thumb isn't even on the joystick for the camera. And it's like, which jerks Pac-Man for some reason. I'll give it 2 more sets of lives. Trying my best.
Oh no.
But I am sick and tired of seeing these first 2 stages. Okay, fuck you. Yeah, and you're gonna kill me because there's... It's fine. Yeah, fuck you, my headphones came out. I feel like every time I say I'm gonna give it my best try, because I'm gonna get off after this, the game said, oh really? Let's just tear you apart. We'll make your final rounds pain. Ooh, you left me with the Pokemon. just did this platform. Take that.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I could use a life anytime you feel free to give it.
Yep. Yep.
Ah! Oh, fuck you! It starts the cutscene even before I connect. I just love playing.
Yep. Ja. Yep. Yeah. Yep.
What? Okay.
Yep. Yep. Oh!
Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here, guys.
Oh no.
I got close. Just climbing up on the rocks has always been the most difficult part of his boss fights, and I've never seen the gold stage before, so it's gonna take some learning if I can even manage to get back there. Unfortunately, Spooky might be hard enough to where I have to do it on recording and then just speed up my attempts. I don't want to do that though, considering he is the final boss of the entire game. But I don't want me fighting Spooky to be the only live stream you guys see from me for who knows how long. I want to play other things. I want to do other things. I don't want to sit here and do this over and over and over and over again. That is the definition of insanity, because there's not really much learning you can do here. Clearly, I've gotten better at recognizing his patterns, but then they switch at points and change. I'm just tired of seeing those first two stages. It's gotten to the point where I'm like, it's not even fun anymore. I just want to get to the last stage and finally beat this fucking boss. But this game is not going to beat me again. It beat me when I was little. I'm telling you here and now, it's not going to beat me again. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.